Hey guys, what's up? I'm Greg. I hope you guys are ready to unpack and get into some good conversations today.
And I'm Jess, and this is our podcast, Baggage Claim. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, everybody? How are you doing out there today? Welcome to Baggage Claim. If this is your first time here, thank you for taking time to listen to us. If you're a regular, you know the deal. Grab your favorite drink, take a deep breath, pull up to the table with us because we're going to get into some fun conversation today. We have something special. It could go off the rails. It could get crazy. Who knows?
We could stay on.
Who knows? It could get crazy here.
The world is our oyster.
I see that becoming a more recurring pattern on our episode.
It is. It's happening more than it used to.
Is
So
that a
is true.
decline or an incline?
Yes,
That's
it
a
is.
great question.
It's-
It's a great question.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so Baggage Claim is just a place where we have
Probably.
conversations and hope to create some community around relationships, marriages, blended families, all that in between. And so today we have...
We've probably heard some new voices.
Yes, and Miranda's just tearing the studio apart right now as we speak. we're having we have some of our best friends on here with us because we're talking about friendships, and so we've
Everyone,
been in each
this
other's
is
lives.
Michael and Ashley.
Yeah, go ahead and say hi.
Hello, guys.
Ew.
So we have been friends with them for, we were just discussing this, I think it's right at 15 and a half, 16 years.
Yes, Greg and I met.
Oh my.
Greg and I met, on a beach trip. Was the first time I met Greg, and I got to see Greg for who Greg was.
No, you did not.
I was like, wow.
You just
I
dove
think
in the
this guy's
deep end.
Fun. Let's hang out with that guy. Let's get to
Okay,
know that guy.
okay. So let me give you a little bit more backstory to that. It's not my highest moment. I was in the gutter. Just went through divorce. Everything was just kind of done. And Damon Santamaro, I think, just felt sorry for me. It was like, I'm not leaving this guy alone for a
He
week.
doesn't need to be alone.
Yeah. So he's like, you want to go to the beach with us? I'm like, sure. I just to tell
you
where I was.
showed up in a, you were already vacationing
He was
before you got.
intoxicated at 8 a.m. when we all
It
got
was
together.
his highest moment.
Yes. So that's, I'm just saying, when you met me, it was not at the peak of my performance.
But it was like, I want
actually-
to know more.
Yeah.
What's driving this guy?
And so, I spent the week. They literally just made sure I made it back alive.
Just babysitting.
And so, I would sleep on the beach sometimes. They would come out. So it wasn't the highest point, but that was the first time.
But that's when I was like, you know what? No judgment.
Yeah,
We're not
everybody
judging each
everybody
other.
was just nice to me and loved me. The Fids, Brian Fiddler
so
was
Greg
amazing
and Ashley
to
were
me.
friends
Probably like a year and a half, 2 years before.
before you and I met.
Yeah. And so then we
Match
met.
made
and,
in heaven,
And
Ashley.
we've just been friends.
and then annual beach trip, which I'm going to do an
Reestablish.
reestablish an adult beach
I like
trip
it. I like it.
and make it happen, because that was probably our highlight of just adults
We
go
all
to the
looked
beach
forward
for a
to that.
week
We
in the
did.
house and just had a blast.
No kids.
Yeah. And so the next time I went, I carried Jess with me, and just when you guys met, and
And
then
we shared
ha-
bathing suits.
We did.
we haven't
That's where
looked
all
back since
began.
then.
We
Wow.
shared bathing suits in our
That's a
deepest,
whole-
darkest
That's
secrets.
That's a whole different
Yes.
level.
She tried to bring out this one piece, and I was like, "Girl,
I didn't know.
come in my closet. Let's go."
Jess, this household was a little different.
I was
Like
a conservative single
She
mom.
was.
She
She was.
was.
Super conservative.
like a true
Super.
Southern belle.
Woo.
Yes. So we want to talk about friendships. And so we were thinking about, let's talk about friendships and what that looks like, how that is as adults, because as we get older, friendships get really hard and they get difficult. And sometimes it's hard to find friends, because the idea came out with Jess and I was listening to someone, they're like, show me your 5 friends and I'll show you what your future looks like. And I was like, oh crap. Like, okay, is that a good, like, but I was like, but as an adult, the people I hang out with is kind of like either I work with them or I'm on a ball team with them or my kids know them somehow. It's just a interesting place for that. So
Before we get into that, though,
thank you,
I
Ashley.
feel
You're just
like
You know what time it is.
sorry. I got excited about talking about
did.
friendship with
And
y'all.
I
So
love that.
Yeah.
But let's.
do you
You
really?
know what time it is, everybody?
Question
time. Okay, I got to get my glasses.
Okay, that was good.
That was the best question time
Thank you, Ashley, for
ever.
pulling us back on the rails. I was already getting
I'm a
excited
teacher,
and went
that's what I
somewhere.
do.
Oh, thank you.
I
Yes,
have a
also,
question for
too-
you guys.
So
Oh,
Ashley
boy.
and Jess are teachers, so they get their
We teach
teacher
first
talk
thing,
together, and it gets a
yeah.
little
We
out of
both-
control.
Yeah, we both
We
teach
both
first
teach
grade.
first grade.
Okay, so
Hold on, what was your question, Michael?
Oh.
You had a question for
And this
us.
is something I wanted to ask on the 50th episode anniversary or whatever.
mhm.
So you guys are, for all intents and purposes, empty nesters.
Yes, pretty much
for the
so.
most part.
98% there.
Point
Pretty
nine.
close.
Okay,
That's
okay,
pretty
I'd
close.
agree with that. Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, what do you guys do with your marriage during the week when things are routine and just moving along, rolling along? What do you guys do
Mhm.
to keep things exciting?
That's a
You know,
good
it's interesting you ask that because people think about when you have kids, you're in routine and you're just going. Well, the same thing happens when kids leave.
Mhm.
It's like you fall into your patterns, and it's almost like Jess and I just had this conversation long ago. I was like, I feel like we're roommates
Yeah.
and not like a couple.
But it's so quiet. It's
It
so
is quiet.
What
Yeah.
It's
do you
so
do?
different.
Yeah.
And so we
Well, one
we
thing-
actually said the other day because it's like we're becoming homebodies.
Yeah.
Like we want to stay at home. We have friends that were like, come to the square, go do
I'm
something. We're like,
I already put my pajamas on. Or, you know, it's 6 o'clock.
And it's 4:00.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
No, one thing that's new for us, we started going to the gym together.
yes.
Mhm.
We've not ever done that. Like we've always
Fun.
like worked out separately.
Yep.
But we joined the gym together, and that's part of our daily routine now, and it has been so much fun.
It has been fun.
cute.
I think trying to be intentional, like we've had to be intentional about doing stuff together
Mhm.
outside of the house and with other people because people are just like, hey, let's go grab a drink or let's go hang out. I'm like, bro, text me. Literally,
Mhm.
Let me know.
we're at home.
Sure.
It could be the day of, and we'll be like, all right, we'll meet you.
But too, like in our phase of being grandparents, like our world, every thought, every plan revolves around and like when do we get to have Lucy?
Yeah.
So that's the fun, easy part right now. And I think the not easy part is like, no, I need to have fun with you, Greg. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
us have fun. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's a good question because
And we
it has become very different in another new intentional way.
We can kind of relate to that though. I feel like as parents, we get so involved in being
Oh,
parents
Yeah.
that we have to super like talk it out, plan ahead. And
You have to be really mindful.
mindful of like, okay, this involves a babysitter. This involves a babysitter that maybe a few hours or a babysitter for an overnight situation. So
Mhm.
like when you guys invite us over, sometimes it's like, it's really easy for us to just say no because we got the kids and all their stuff at home.
Mhm.
But let's make them
Y'all are
uncomfortable.
so
and-
gracious.
yeah,
Let us wreck your place.
because they do.
But
Yeah.
But
I
even
mean,
on the drive over here, I brought the folder that has like our budget in it and like the next month's calendar, and like her calendar looks different than mine, so we
Mhm.
try to like mesh them together,
Mhm.
and we didn't talk about it at all.
We had fun
listened
dancing to music.
Yeah,
I
we
love it.
listened to
My
music.
parents, it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
so
we don't
maybe
have
on
to
the
listen to
drive
Miss
home,
Rachel.
I don't know.
Well,
But-
for-
That's probably not going to be good either.
for y'all though, you're in such a phase because you have oh my gosh, he's almost 6. Whoa.
6 in May.
Almost 6 and 3-year-old. And it's like you're mommy and daddy. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's your role, like pretty much always. So you have to remember that you're also husband and wife.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, because as
Wait,
crazy
what?
as it,
I know it's wild. I know.
Because as crazy as it is, I mean, you're going to turn around and Tatum's going to be
It's gonna
graduating
be
high
huge.
school and
Yeah.
going to college. You're going to be like, what?
Yeah.
It's going to happen really, really fast.
But I
and,
think that also goes with our topic too, like what we're going to talk about friendship, the
Mhm.
importance
Right.
of friendship.
and good to have friends that
Yeah.
can help you stay
Support.
connected and remember.
I had
those
a
things.
question picked out for question time, but then Michael's is better than what.
You go ahead. We'll,
Go ahead and do it
maybe
anyway?
we'll hit yours.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to hear what they have to
okay.
say.
So, question is, how, like, this is for each other, spouses,
couples,
the
okay.
couples. How would you describe my sense of humor? And and how does it make you feel when one of us makes the other laugh really hard?
Mm.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
You
So,
want me to go?
how
Yeah,
would
go
you
ahead,
describe?
Michael. You got it. Like
He
I see
already
that.
has an
I see the
answer.
grin on his face. I'm like, yeah, go for it, buddy.
I'm excited.
How do I say it nice? Ashley's sense of humor is incredibly irreverent,
Mm. I'd agree with that.
even dirty
Mhm.
with a U.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D-U-R-T-Y.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Should we be proud of that?
But-
I don't know. Hey, it's just you, girl. Just own
It's
it.
just who I am.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not sorry.
There you go.
Okay, how would you describe Michael's sense of humor?
Michael's sense of humor.
I know Michael's.
I think Michael's always going to be funny in like a serious moment, whether it's a serious, like with our kids, something bad's happening, or I feel like it's bad as a mom, and he's like, well, hey Ash, how much for it? And I'm like, stop, we have kids around.
Yeah.
Like this
No,
is,
but I
this
was-
can be sometimes inappropriate, but it brings light to a serious situation. So I don't know if there's a word for that.
We have a group text
We
that we
do.
all
Oh,
are in.
It's called Safe Space.
It is called Safe Space. And I think just because we were mocking each other and saying, this is safe, you can say whatever you want.
It's a safe
Which we
space.
usually do anyway.
Yeah.
But Michael is so quick-witted in that.
Yes.
It's hilarious. Like, he'll say stuff that I'm like, okay, that's funny.
And
Yeah.
Like,
Ashley's
that's really
sense of
funny.
humor is how Michael described it, but
Yeah.
also you laugh at your own jokes.
I do laugh. At my
Yeah.
own.
You
Even
laugh
on
when
text,
nobody
like,
else laughs.
Yes.
Ha 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 ha.
Her own
At
self.
jokes.
Yeah.
Michael's like, do you ever realize that your face that you make when you laugh is like,
Yeah.
so it's funny. It's
Yeah,
funny,
and your
it's
eyes
funny.
get really big
Yeah.
whenever you're like,
So I'm like, this is going to be a big one.
Yes.
And then it's not cool
oh
at all.
my.
That's
How would you
funny.
describe my
Yeah.
sense of humor?
It's very guy-like.
I do.
You have like your humor is so like based around stupid movies. Like I could say something from a movie
That's the
and you
best.
just mix like it's the next line, you just throw it out there. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, it's so easy. It's
No.
just
Yeah.
easy. It's just
Yeah.
fun to be because then we went off the other day and we were on a whole script of just one liners from it. And I was like, it's just the two of us.
And all
It was everything.
Yeah, and I was like, we're such a weird couple. Like we're
We
so
are.
weird.
Will Ferrell movie ever.
Every
Yes.
Boom.
yes.
Yeah. And we're
Your humor goes like from like intelligent, like I have to think about why it's funny, to middle schooler. Like
Yeah,
you are
very
very
much.
wide range, your humor. Like sometimes I'm like, can you help me understand why that's funny?
Right.
No.
That's what Michael can be so studious. I'm like, I've
Yeah,
already
Michael's
lost the
comedy's
meaning
that
of
way
funny
sometimes.
because I don't get it.
Yeah.
So it's not
That's
funny
why
to
I
me.
like some of it. I'm like, okay,
'Cause
that
you
was
get
well
it.
thought out.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Let's make a joke about Iran.
And you will and can, and it's funny.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, should I,
I
laugh
ran
about
from the
that?
cops.
Yeah.
Funny.
Okay, there you go.
Exactly.
Perfect.
All right.
So, I mean, you can already hear like our friendship is pretty tight, the four of us.
We trust
So
each
it's
other a
it's
lot.
interesting from question time leading back into our discussion. This is just a question I have that I'd be curious to hear your all interpretation of it. Why have we remained friends over 16 years? Because there's a lot of, I mean, we're in completely different places in our lives.
Mm.
We talked about that, which is crazy. You guys, I don't know if you mind me saying, but you guys were married and you got divorced and then you got remarried again. We were there both
We were
both
there
the
for
weddings.
all of it.
You officiated the second wedding.
did. The first wedding was one of probably my I don't know if it's my highlight moments or my low light moments at y'all's wedding.
Yeah.
It was a highlight of when I met you. It's kind of the same situation.
so,
It's true. Okay,
so
it's
Aaron
true.
Grace was like what, 9 or 10? Our youngest
Something.
child
Yeah.
was like 9 or
Just
10,
little.
and we
Yes.
were all just dancing, literally all of us, the whole friend group. And you were
And
standing
I was hanging out with a bunch
the
of guys. Yeah, the guys just chilling.
And then your baby child walks up to you and says,
Like,
Cat pulls me on, like taps me on the leg. Yes.
Yeah, pulls his
Last call.
jacket.
Yeah, I heard the bartender say it's the last call, and all of my friends looked at me, and I was like, I don't know if this
win.
is shame or if this is like
You're
what.
winning. He's
Yeah.
taking care of you.
And I was like,
Yeah.
thank you, honey. And they're all, she just walked away, and I was like, y'all want a drink?
I
Like,
like-
I don't know what to say. Like,
I love those wedding video anyway, but there's so many like little snippets of Thomas and Aaron just dancing
Dancing.
their little self silly
So
at your
sweet.
reception. It's
Yes. And they
so
were not
cute.
there for our second wedding.
so
No, we didn't want to break them.
what's kept like? What would you guys say has?
Kept us
I mean,
together.
yeah, because there's been a lot. It'd have been really easy for us to just kind of.
Well, even
Go our
right,
separate
even
ways.
right
You guys
now.
could have taken sides in our divorce.
Mm.
I mean, rather we were friends first, but you could have
Mhm.
seen it from his perspective or mine.
Mhm.
And you guys didn't do that. And
Well,
so
because when
for-
we were friends, I always wanted Michael to know and be like, bro,
we're still
just because
friends.
y'all
Like,
aren't
I'm
married, like
still your
I still
friend.
like you. Like I
Yeah.
still, like I'm concerned about you. I want to make sure you're okay.
And
you
that
know?
was really big for me. Because we were separated,
Right.
Mhm.
and I would still get like the excuse me,
It's okay.
like
quite
the
all right.
chicken.
I think it's a
text.
rite of passage
To cry
get
here.
emotional.
That's what
we do.
on this
Um,
episode at least
I would
once.
still get these check-in texts, you know, and Greg like, "Hey, bro, how you doing?" Sometimes it'd be like, "Good," and sometimes it'd be a
I'm not
Yeah.
doing this.
Here's all the
Yeah.
not
things.
good.
Yeah.
So that was really big. Like, nobody was choosing sides.
Mhm.
Well, I didn't ever want you to feel the way that I felt when I went through my divorce. Like I had a lot of friends who just
Abandoned.
Dropped you.
bailed
Yeah.
on me and never
Mhm.
said anything.
Yeah.
I was friends with them, and I'm like, I never wanted you to feel that way. Like it was, so it doesn't one of those weird hard things for people to navigate, and we should talk about
Mhm.
Yeah.
at
for
some
sure.
point on here.
It's like, yeah, you became our friend because you dated and then married our Ashley, but
Yeah.
no, we truly, genuinely
Love
like
Michael.
you and love you as a person because you're
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and so Greg would even convey that through text, like,
Mhm.
"Hey, me and Jess are rooting for you. You know, even as an individual person,
Mhm.
we're rooting for Ashley too. You know, it's like cool. We wish the best for each other." A year and a half went by. We reconnected, and there was a stigma
picked
about
up
that
right where
too.
we left off.
Like going to
Mhm.
hang out with like other friend groups. Certain things were just kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and
We
I'll
didn't
never
feel
forget,
that.
like, Greg just gave me a big hug and he goes, "I think the dogs are going to do it this year." And they didn't. They didn't.
No,
And they
didn't. No.
It took
Those are rough
didn't.
years for us.
They
3
did.
more years for that. But just that,
Mhm.
like,
We picked up
sort of
where we
sense
left
of,
off.
yeah,
Yeah.
like no judging.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll notice a lot, but there was no judgment.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's like, can
And
we
that
just
was
talk
just really
about?
big for me and us really as guys, I feel like,
Mhm.
but also the fact that I know that there's like a back into this that like Jess is also rooting for me. Jess is also rooting for Ashley
Mhm.
as my ex-wife, you know?
Mhm.
And then it all kind of came back together in this like weird sort of beautiful story.
Mhm.
But as far as like being friends goes, one of the hardest times was like also one of like the best times for our friendship.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was a
Um,
very sweet
it-
time.
Yeah,
I
You
mean,
know,
it was very bittersweet. I mean, it was a true
Sure.
definition of that.
absolutely.
It was
It was like a loss for all of us.
it was.
It's like when we go, for me, man, when we go to the lake house
Yeah.
and we sit out by the fire and you break out that propane thing and almost burn us all to the ground.
It
And
is
when
a
the fire-
situation for
It's a-
lighting a fire.
it's
There's
a
no match.
flamethrower.
Yeah, it's a
But when we
Yeah, it
light the
makes me
fire,
nervous.
it's so easy to hang out
Yeah.
with you guys
Mhm.
and just be real. Like
Mhm.
you guys see the for real who we are. Like
Yeah.
no, there's no
judgment.
there's no mask, there's no nothing.
No.
It's like, and we love you guys for who you are. All the
Yeah, again,
and you
no,
guys
like-
love us for all of our
Yes.
crap.
No judging. We notice now, like I noticed the hell out of that or whatever, but
Yeah.
like no judgment, no judgment.
Right.
I found a Bible verse that kind of I feel like really encompasses our relationship. And it says it's Galatians 6 verse 2, and it says, "Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." And
That is so true.
I think you guys really showed that not only through our separation, our
Mhm.
divorce, but also when we started bringing littles
Mm-hmm.
into the world. And our schedules got different. We weren't hanging out as
Mm-hmm.
frequent as we were, but we knew that when we did hang out,
Yeah.
we were going to pick right back up where we left
we
off.
always said that Tatum and Catherine were our practice grandkids.
It's true.
And they call us our
Yeah.
grandparent names. Like
Yeah.
they
Right.
like we're G and JJ to them too.
Yeah, and those little guys, and that's what like we even had a conversation. This is what our friendship is. Like we even had a conversation the other day. We were all together and we're like, hey, if we see one of the kids doing this, is it okay if we
Yeah,
say
what do we
like I
do?
don't want to overstep my bounds. Like, is it okay if we say something or don't say something? What do we do? Like
No, spank.
I don't.
'em.
Yeah,
It's all right.
it's like I don't want to overstep my place, but you're like, no, you're a part of our kids'
yeah,
lives.
You
Yeah.
are our family for
Yeah.
us and for them as well. And there's another famous quote. Let's see. I'm fine. Albert Hubbard said, "A friend is someone who knows you and all about you and still loves you." So, like, you guys know our dirty. You know some of the struggles we went through. Premarital counseling with you guys before our first marriage. And
Yeah, way to go, Greg.
Yeah, that worked well, didn't it? Yeah.
Hey, but you patched it up on the second round, babes. You did it.
You were the. And I just. Thank you for that.
We've talked a lot about your story too, but like we've been through
Yeah,
some
your
crap
stories.
raising our kids. Like
Sure.
it's not been easy, and
4 kids as a blended family, though.
yeah,
That's a huge thing for me. I never really grew up witnessing that.
mm-hmm.
And so I try, like, as a father, to model myself, like, you know,
Right.
after God first, after Christ first, but like seeing the way like you and Greg navigated that is absolutely just amazing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
But and now it's my turn to get emotional. But you truly love all of our kids.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
love them and you know them.
Yeah.
And like that's huge to me. And you're doing the same thing with our granddaughter. Like this you just genuinely I don't know, just like feels like oh kumbaya. But we genuinely the 4 of us love each other
100%.
and our families.
Yeah.
We truly do. And we treasure time together and
Well, it's because for us, like when we started going to River Bend and you guys weren't really going anywhere, and we were constantly like, hey, let's invite Michael and Ashley to River Bend. Let's invite
invite you
Michael and
to
Ashley.
church. We want you to go
We
to
just
church
kept
with us.
inviting you because we wanted you to come be a part of that. And then you did. I could feel kind of bad because,
Then it fell apart, but that's a different
okay,
story.
we're in a
It's
happy
okay.
place
but
now.
it fell apart. But it
Yeah, we're going to church
united.
together again.
And I think we got to.
You invited us.
We invited you guys.
Yeah. Mhm.
And so it basically, like I learned even through that, I think we were, when you started River Bend, Michael and Johnson were working, our producer, were working together. And he's like, hey, you know Michael Minton? I was like, yeah. And he goes, dude, he plays bass. And I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I was
we
like,
had
I've been
that.
friends with you for how many years?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no, we
10
didn't- and we
plus
didn't
years. I had
know.
no idea. And he goes, oh, yeah, he's pretty
He's
good.
really good.
And I was like, what? And so then you started playing, and I was just like, well, I had no idea.
Decent to adequate.
No.
Decent to-
but-
Stop.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
50-50. But we also got to live through one of the world's kind of crazy times together, COVID.
We did.
And I was 8 months pregnant with my first baby. And that, to me, we all got COVID together. And
We
it's like,
did.
we're going to quarantine. We're going to quarantine the 4 of us. This is going to be a thing. We're
Yeah.
not telling the world we're not going to hang out
No.
with other people.
So you and I would have to teach at home from home in the
from
mornings.
home.
And then the rest of the day was just ours.
Whatever we wanted to
For
do.
We
the
would hang
taking.
out on the back deck or hang out on y'all's back deck. Cook.
Greg was
Or
our
at the lake house. There was a
realtor
couple
at the
weekends
time.
we were at the
did.
lake
Yes,
house.
I was.
And so we were selling our house, the worst decision we ever made.
Poor Michael. That's
Yes.
so sad with me.
Yeah, it was just funny. Like, you know, all the virtual baby showers started showing up at the house.
was
and
so
we were fine
weird.
in our house,
That
It
was
was
so
like-
weird.
but
It
all
was
the
very
boxes started showing up, and I was like, we need more space.
And that's all I needed to hear as a
Pregnant
pregnant
Brain
mama.
Ashley on
You were like,
Zillow.
woo!
I was like, I got this.
Yeah.
Boom, within 2 days. Like,
And you know what I
Bam,
said?
bam.
I was like,
Greg's
you won't
like-
outdo me. And we sold our house.
That's right.
For no
We
apparent,
did.
no reason at all.
And
Like,
we closed on our next houses on the same
Together.
day
Yes.
together.
like we had a great house. I loved our house,
I know
but we
it.
were like, nah, we want to be somewhere different. And so
Just 'cause.
yeah.
the
But-
cool thing about those situations, though, is so we're going through this, y'all are going through that. Like, buying and selling a house is a process, as you know. Having a kid, it's a process. Probably more so for the female than the male, but
I mean, yeah.
Could be equally, but physically for the
I mean, I
female.
don't know. It's-
Yeah,
It's
it's
a toss-up,
debatable.
you know.
Well,
Yeah.
Michael told our nurse as soon as I had Tatum, oh, that wasn't so bad. And I was like, oh, bro, you need to stop.
yeah,
No.
She was like,
All
don't
nurses were
say
like-
anything else.
Yeah,
I
don't
was
just-
thank God someone's on my team.
Yeah.
But like,
it wasn't so bad.
through that entire situation, you know, as friends, we're like just wishing nothing for the best for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like at some point, it's like we're carrying a lot of baggage, all of us. And it's like almost
have
like
each
I
other
see
to lean
Greg
on.
with like 2 big ass suitcases, you know, and I got 2 big ass suitcases. And it's like, all right, man,
It's like high
you
five
a
with the
shoulder bump.
suitcases. And
Yes.
here we go.
All right,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
Let's do
take
this.
them over here, and then we turn around and are still connected.
Mhm.
But I think the main thing through all that situation was just improvement. Like
Mm.
for y'all, your space, your
Mhm.
life.
Yeah.
For us, our space, our life. Like we got a home now.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
not a house. It's not Ashley's house.
No.
You
Yeah.
know, before.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we have a home. You
Mhm.
guys have a home.
Mhm.
We're here in a bungalow.
Yeah.
Our
You know,
podcast bungalow.
It has a sidewalk to it.
It
Yeah.
does. It does.
It's like an
official.
in-law suite or something.
Yes.
But it was
yes.
like, yeah, it's these like stressful times, but also
Mhm.
like the most meaningful times.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
when whoever the guy was that was mad because I pushed the safe out of the downstairs closet, Ashley's mom was like vacuuming upstairs because it's moving day.
Quick turnaround time. for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, it was.
And you call me and you're like, what can I do to help? And I
Mhm.
was like,
I'm moving stuff in already. It's
You
not our
can do-
house yet.
everything or nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, just let me yell at you on the phone for about 3 minutes. And so I did that,
Yeah.
and it was cool. Nothing personal.
No.
That was all business. And then after that, boom, here we are, like eating pizza on the floor.
That
The
your deal
best.
was one of the probably handful of times Jess saw me lose it with
Mhm,
someone.
mhm.
Was
Because he was
with
trying
the
to take advantage of the pregnant
yeah
mama.
the other with
Mhm.
you
He
guys and
tried.
I kind
He
of go
tried.
into
Buyer.
Yeah,
like
he
I always
tried.
take care of my clients when we're doing real estate, but even for you guys, even
Greg's like-
more. I went into like a not good
Rage
place mode. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I was
It
like,
yeah.
we're not doing this. Like you're
Mm-mm.
not.
Mm-mm.
And I got so ticked off.
Yeah.
So he was
but-
still trying to make deals as
He
I'm
was.
driving to the closing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
we're done.
Yeah.
We're signing papers in
Yeah.
an hour.
Yeah.
But having friends as adults, or making friends as adults, is really hard.
Yeah.
I'm in my experience.
I agree.
We get in our comfort zones and we're
Yeah.
like, I've got friends. I don't need to make more friends. And then I'm like, but I've got these good friends. Do I introduce these good friends to other friends that I'm trying
Right.
to make? And will it all mesh and mingle?
Well,
And then
you
our-
got. I'm sorry. Go
It's
ahead.
okay. I was just going to say, in our separate experiences, divorce, loss of a spouse, like we both lost friends
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
thought
You will
were
lose
real
friends through
friends.
divorce.
A
And
1000%.
I mean, even in my situation, I talked about it on a previous podcast. Like, I'm like, how did I lose friends in that? Like, I don't
Mhm.
understand.
Yeah.
Also your
But-
fault.
But then, like, with what you guys have been through too, like, what if Greg and I were not able to still love you separately through that? Like, that, I think that just says a lot about.
Well, because you guys are still going to go through, like right now, you have friends too because of the proximity that you live around. Like you have
Correct.
neighbors and you guys all hang
Absolutely.
out together.
Proximity is a big thing.
Right.
Yes.
And so
Mhm.
that's probably, I mean, I'm not being the Debbie Downer here, but I mean, those times will change. Somebody will get jobs, they move off.
Mhm.
Moves
Uh,
on.
Tatum starts playing travel ball or playing some ball that you're at the ball field.
You'll
Or,
make new
or
friends.
Catherine
that
does
way.
that and is
Uh-huh.
like, does that become my new friend group for now? Do
Right.
I hang out with them? Because that's typically
How it works.
That's
the
what
way it
happens.
works. There's
Yeah.
people
Mhm.
we work with. And I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing. I think it's intentional. Like we have to be
1000%.
I
intentional.
will
Yeah.
say this about our friendship though is there's a flexibility and like a fluidity,
Mhm.
and then hey, we're hanging out in the green space with the neighbors. Like y'all can come
join us.
and
Oh,
you
yeah.
do
And we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Or we
hey,
come over
We're
with
hanging out with my grandpa and his girlfriend, wife,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, cool.
Yeah. We're like,
same
yep,
thing
we'll
with
be there.
y'all.
We love that
no
guy.
judgment. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Like,
Yeah.
like, hey, Dalton's coming over, whatever. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
We go
so,
to your mom's house, go swimming.
Mhm. But
Well,
like
that-
with your
but like
fam.
you and I, we will go. I
A
mean,
couple of weeks.
or a week or
sometimes.
so, and not have talked to each other at
Right.
all. And
And
but the
these guys
guys
are texting
all
every
day,
day.
We do
every
text.
day.
We do text a lot
We've
during the
already
week.
had our conversations.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk. when
Yeah,
we get
but
together.
like
Yeah, right.
Ashley and I, every now and again, will just text one another and be like, "You
I
good?
miss you.
I miss you. I love you.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing okay.
Right.
You okay?" but
But
and
I think that's also a difference in dudes and girls. I mean, because we're both busy and we're both living the same life
We are.
away from
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Like our jobs are the same.
But I think that's kind of opposite, though. I think girls usually talk more than the guys do.
True.
But for this, not for
Greg's
this group.
oil change costs $48.99.
I'm so sorry.
I think Michael's just
So
intrigued because
sorry.
my life
He
is
answers
so weird. Like he'd be like, "What are you doing today?" And I'll send him a picture of me on the roof, and he's like,
Why?
"Really?" And then I'll be one picture. I'm like painting something random, or I was tearing down a building one
Or
day, and he's
building
like,
stairs. Or
"What?"
It really is
Like,
fun. I
or
wake
your
up
house.
every day,
Yeah.
and the first thing is like, okay, try to go with gratitude. Like, thank you for my family, thank you for my wife, and I'm like, what is Greg doing today?
Yeah. Yeah.
You hit the top 3. That's good.
It could
So-
be. It's so random. Like, and I always, when I'm doing something really random, I always have to think. I haven't seen Michael a picture. Like,
Like,
here's where
I don't
I'm
even
at.
know
Like,
what you're doing every day.
Yeah, I
I
was
think
just like-
Michael is
Appreciate
probably
that.
more aware of your daily
I'm like, hey,
activities
I'm
than
in a
I
lift
am.
like 30 feet in the air. Look at this. Isn't
Yeah,
this cool?
moving
Yeah.
low voltage wiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, they still do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be days like I'll be 3/4 of the way through the school day and I'll text Greg and be like, what even are you doing today? I don't even know.
He's like, but Michael knows.
So Michael knows.
Yeah.
He knows where to find you.
The best part about that is like we have these text conversations. Y'all have these text
Mhm,
conversations, and then at
mhm.
like 3 p.m. on a Saturday in our safe space text,
Yeah.
it's all like burgers tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What
You
time
know?
do we come
Let
over?
us swap.
Everybody hearts
Yes.
it, thumbs up. Like,
Yes.
let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, I would be curious, Michael, other Johnson, producer, Michael,
Michael.
and assistant producer, like as your adults, friends, what's your thought on that? Like, how do you get friends? How are you making friends? What are your friendships right now? If I said, who's your friends and what does this look like?
MJ doesn't have friends.
Mm.
Aww.
Ouch. Ouch.
Sad.
No.
He's my friend.
Aw.
He's our friend. What are you talking about?
He's our
MJ
family.
is one
He's
of my
part of our
texting
family.
buddies too.
We are literally
Michael Johnson's not just a friend. You're a family member at this
Yeah.
point.
basically. No, for me, friends kind of have developed over interest in things that I'm currently doing. You know,
Mhm.
being intentional to I don't know if I would say stay active,
Yeah.
but rather being out there.
Yeah.
Like being open to things when a group's going bowling and you're like, oh my gosh, this is, Thursday night, which is like my Friday night where I'm like, I finally get my first night off of the week. I'm like, I just want to chill, but why not go enjoy time, even if it's just an hour and a half, 2 hours? Because I look at those kinds of things over the past 3 or 4 years of my life, which have been incredible, groundbreaking years for me, just personally where I'm at. I've developed numerous friendships
Yeah.
through that,
Michael used to hate Georgia football. Like he didn't
Well, I
hate
didn't
it.
hate it. I was just
There's good
completely
reason
like,
for that.
No,
Oh
he
my
just didn't.
gosh.
There's
I
good
didn't
That's the
care.
only part.
I didn't
Yeah,
care.
you didn't- I didn't really care.
Hate college
Can't
football.
digest
And so
about it.
every Saturday we get like when Saturday rolls around in fall, it's the perfect time of year. And so we have the TV in the
A
garage.
true gathering of friends.
Yes,
Yes.
and we
Talk
just
about it
Well,
and
dude,
mesh-
Different
Michael,
walks
how
of
many
life,
times do we sit and just talk music,
Mhm.
life,
I love
anything
that. I
I
love
love
while we've
listening to
sat at
those
those Georgia football
conversations.
games?
yeah.
How
Yeah,
many
it's just-
times have I got to sit and talk with Thomas and Miranda?
Yeah.
Because Greg, you and I, we worked together for a few years, and
Yeah.
we still do quote unquote work,
Life
personal
together.
projects together
Yeah.
all the time. But you and I've spent so much time together because of that direct involvement.
Right.
But when it comes to Jess, Ashley, Michael, Miranda, Thomas, AJ, all these other people that I love and get to be a part of with this family,
Mhm.
all those relationships have been building over one Saturday at a
Sure.
time, coming over to watch Georgia
Right.
games.
And you were
Just
you were kind of
Don't
like
make me get
relu-
emotional talking
well, you're
about
reluctant
Georgia
at first. You're like, oh, okay.
I was, dude. I would show up
Yeah,
at halftime.
right. Yeah, you would
Would
show up
I
at
not? I
halftime.
would show up at halftime.
And now,
Now he's like,
This
I gotta
past
be there.
season, you bought your
kickoff.
first Georgia gear.
yeah,
I
he
did.
showed up
So
with Georgia.
proud of
gear.
you.
Yeah.
Buddies.
And so
Bless him.
it was just kind of
Thanks,
it,
new era.
More like
Not
thanks,
sponsored, by the
Marshalls.
way.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
well, Miranda was the same way though. Like you
Yeah.
didn't even
I never watched football really before you guys.
right.
Yeah.
But it was our common denominator, really, just to pull people together.
Full pa-
Yeah,
And
that's
just
the
to
whole
hang out.
idea for
Well,
us
you
is to
guys
get
are
people here.
really good at that though, because you are welcoming. You're not judgmental, and you're not seeking something out of friendship other than the quality time with people,
Mhm.
gathering with people.
Yeah.
So in this conversation, it kind of made me. It sparked the questions like, do you have to make sacrifices for friendships?
Yes.
Like as adults, as even
I'd say more so
without
as an adult.
without kids, without a spouse with kids with a spouse.
Well, a really big piece of it is what as time. You do have to sacrifice time one way or another,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
And-
agree.
And especially according to what season of life you're in.
Sure.
I mean, for you guys, it is a big sacrifice of time. Like, I mean, right now, even like you're away from the littles,
Mhm.
just to do this with your friends. You
Yeah.
know?
It's a sacrifice of time, but there's also a growth, right?
Mhm.
So we all have time. We all have 24 hours in a day,
Mhm.
and at the end of the day, we may have 2 or 3 hours,
Together.
maybe,
Together as a
and,
family.
well,
yeah.
together with the kids. So
Yeah.
we
Right.
might have 4 to 4.5 minutes, together. But like, it's all about time. But like, it's like who you choose to spend it with.
Mhm.
And I think at the end of the day, with everybody's time, like Miranda's times, MJ's time, if we have a little bit extra, we choose to spend it with each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And not saying that like you're cutting other things out or whatever, but it's like, yeah, we could be folding laundry, we could do this.
Mhm.
We should have to look at our budget.
Mhm.
You know what? No, we're gonna rock out. We're gonna hang out
Mhm.
on the way to
Live
Greg and
life.
Yeah.
Jess's house.
Yeah.
We're gonna be mom and
So I think
Nope,
at some
not mom and
point,
dad.
yeah,
Like
we're gonna be
Michael
Michael
and
and
Ashley.
Ashley. That's true.
it's
Very
not
true.
like the priority, but you guys are also a priority because you drive us to be better people.
Mhm.
I think
I agree.
at the end of the day, why do we all hang out with each other? Like, why do I still text Michael all these stupid things? Because Michael makes me want to be a better man. He makes me want to be a better follower of Christ.
Well,
it's
all
also
6 of
came
us
out
sitting in
that,
this room
like,
right now, we truly do want the best for each other. And if
Absolutely.
and okay, 7, Thomas is imaginarily here. He's at the fire station. But like we truly do all want the best for each
Right.
other.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
And I know and trust and have confidence that I could call any of you in a time of need,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys would be there.
Yeah.
And I think that but how do we maintain that? Like people out there that maybe don't have those kind of
Okay,
relationships.
podcast Ashley. Okay. You see,
Podcast
she's turning it
Ashley?
over there to the
Yeah.
unpack portion
Yes,
already.
that's
Look
it.
at her.
So
And she
I
did a hair flip too. and
Yeah, she
so
did do the
how do
hair
we
flip
do
off the
that
show.
for people who are out there
But
listening.
I'm kind of like Greg, and I think that's why Greg and I
You guys are very similar.
are close.
Yeah.
It's like we are a thinker people.
Mhm.
We're talker people. Like
Yeah.
we want to drive conversations with questions.
Very true. You and Greg are.
I
very
think it's
similar.
Questioning.
for me, it honestly it comes down to being intentional.
Mhm.
Like you have to be intentional about your time. What you were just saying, like I have this time, I have this allotted amount of time. I get to do with it what I want.
Yeah.
I got to be intentional with it. Who do I want to spend it with?
Well, I was just
Um,
thinking about Thomas and Miranda. You haven't talked very much today, though, Miranda, but like Thomas works a lot and you're a stay at home mommy.
Mhm.
And so that consumes you. Being Lucy's mommy right now consumes you. And Thomas's jobs consume him most of the time. So then the little bit of time that you two get to be a couple, to be Thomas and Miranda, is sparse. And then you still have to figure out how to have friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how do y'all?
That's good.
For me, I feel selfish when I tell people no
Yeah.
to like hanging out when
Mm.
he is home.
That's the
'Cause
most
it's-
unselfish thing you can do, though,
Right.
But
in a weird way.
Yeah.
then
It's true.
Yeah.
we're lacking on the friendship side of who we are as people.
Sure,
Mhm.
sure. And that's
It's
hard
so
because
hard
his
to
schedule.
navigate right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With having a 1.5-year-old
Mm-hmm.
working part time, him working over
Multiple
full-time.
time.
Yeah. All the time.
Like it's just hard right
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys are so young. If you're not careful to make sure you do that now, it'll be
Yeah.
so much
Easy to-
easier later
Mhm.
to just bypass that part of who you are as people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
We
I don't want
try.
you guys to miss out on what we have.
Yeah.
Because you're going to need those people.
But also, how many times have we texted each other on a Friday and none of us are doing anything? And we've decided to stay in our homes and do nothing
Again,
Separately.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then you guys too have been so gracious too. Like you include Thomas and Miranda in
Of
our
course.
friend group too.
Right.
Like
But they're family. No,
They
they're just
are.
older kids that are family,
yeah.
you know?
But we've
We don't have
also
to parent
learned how
them
to
now, we
become
can be, like, friends with them.
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
Yeah, that's interesting too. Because obviously, like we've known Thomas longer than we've
Yeah.
known you.
he didn't even know
Malibu.
my name when we met.
And then
Yeah, she
Malibu
was
came
Malibu
around.
when he introduced us to us. And we're like,
And it
who?
was
like,
kinda
that's
all
not-
right.
Standing
like-
in your kitchen,
Her name's
standing in your
Miranda.
kitchen.
It's like, is
He
she
was
going to
like-
stick around? And you know what?
Was
like,
that during COVID? That was during
bless you,
COVID.
she
That
did.
was-
It was during
Yeah.
COVID. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
standing in your kitchen and saying like, "Yeah,
He was like,
I
"Yeah,
went on a
she's
date with a girl,
Malibu."
and here's
We're like,
and we're."
And so
one
we're
of you
like,
said,
what's her
name?"
I was standing there.
And he
was
had
there.
no idea what her name was.
He
I
went
can't
through
believe you stayed
every
with him.
M name
bless your heart. Yeah.
except for Miranda.
And
And
so
I'm like,
that's
was
when we
he
started
just-
calling you Malibu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's wearing a shirt that has Malibu on it. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like she's
and
embracing
courtesy to
it.
Tatum and Catherine, like it's even
It's
been shortened to
Ebu. They call
Ebu.
you Ebu.
yep, that's what your name
But like
is.
that's one of those fun things. Like, so friendship, like here we
Yeah.
are, we're doing this. Like
and it's
your
extended.
kids
Yeah.
are our kids.
Right.
Every victory, every heartache too. We've been through some of those, right?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
We feel those.
Yeah.
You know,
We have those side conversations with each other. It's like, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
what happened? How do we fix this? How can we help them? How can we help the kids?
Would we all say what we have collectively is rare?
It seems that way, but I don't want to accept that it is because
Yeah.
I want other people to have
Mhm.
what we have.
Mhm.
And I even think about that for Miranda and Thomas. I'm like, where do they find that couple friends
Mhm.
where
That's why I
they,
need
they can
AJ to get a girlfriend.
right? And you
One
guys
that
don't even
we-
have to be in the
one that
same
we
walk
like.
of life because we're not in the same walk of life,
What's-
but we have that genuine.
Yeah.
We have that.
I do. Like even Thomas's buddy AJ, I swear he felt like one of my kids.
He is
Sure.
one of our
Like
Yeah.
I actually was sending him reels.
He's like one of my stepkids.
Yeah, I sent him a reel the other day of this
Yes.
dude proposing
the
to
sidekick.
his girlfriend in the
in
cockpit.
the airplane.
Like he's like, babe, this is emergency. We got to figure this out.
I
Will
need you to
turn
pull
it-
out the emergency
and
manual and
start
turn to
reading
page
the
this.
pages. And he proposes to her
Oh,
through
That's
that.
pretty cool.
And I sent it to him. I was like,
AJ.
this is how you got to do it, bro.
He-
I was like, this is it.
She'll never say no.
Just leave the
Greg
cockpit. Just
showed it to me yesterday, and we both were crying.
But like AJ's the
I'm
guy.
like,
Like
we
I
want
called him
that
the
for
other day when
him.
something was happening with Miranda. We were recording. Things start happening. I call AJ and he's like, "Hey," and I was
Everything
like,
okay?
Are you okay? And he goes, "Bro, I just landed the plane." Like he's like, "I still
He
got
was
people
still
in the back."
taxiing. He
He's
was
like,
still,
"I gotta go,"
Oh.
and I was
Isn't
like,
that illegal? No.
and I was like, "Is everything okay with Miranda?" And he goes, "I think there was." He explained it really quickly. He's like, "Hey, I gotta go. I'll call you when I get out of here." And I was like, "Okay." So it's just like he's literally like one of our kids,
He
but he
is.
was just a friend that came in.
Mhm.
But it's a conscious decision that,
You including him.
yeah, like Thomas and I went and spent the day with him over at his apartment in Woodstock and just hung
Sure.
out and had a blast, just to build that relationship.
And then, about AJ, they too talking about like extended
Mhm.
family friends or
Mhm.
whatever. Like AJ's number is in my phone,
Mhm.
but that's for a reason though. Like
Mhm.
if something ever happened, or I don't know, if I was in Woodstock and
Yeah.
I needed a Gatorade or something, like I don't know what
He
I would
would
call him
so
for.
come
He
and
would be
find
so
Oh, he'd be
happy to do
excited.
that. He would be
Yes.
so
We
happy.
have such this massive amount of support around us. We're all trying to bring each other up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been with AJ through breakups and whatever.
Yep.
Celebrations and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it all goes back to that core friendship and establishing that core friendship with
And then the
people.
tentacles that go out from
Yeah.
that are
right. That's
so
what
cool.
I'm saying. It's
so
almost
cool.
and we
Yeah.
owe it all to Ashley and Greg.
I'll high five to that.
I know, right?
In the beach
Bless
trip,
your heart.
Yeah.
Bless your
Oh,
heart.
and
Because
all
I
Ashley
didn't even
Greg.
like being around myself at that
No,
beach trip.
I would say that what we do have is rare, just because it runs so deep.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about tree
it's
roots.
deep rooted.
Yeah.
Um, and everybody can find that.
But it's
But it's
going to
just tough.
require intentionality, though, like we've been saying
Yes.
a couple of times.
And
like,
honesty.
honesty, yeah, realness. Like if I'm being terrible parent, I love to be like, what would you do in this situation? How would you have handled this?
I
And
remember
love-
when Tatum was little and we would come down there and you'd be like, I don't know what to do. I can't do anything. And you would literally
Give
just
him to
hand him to
Jess.
Jess.
When he was a baby, and
Yeah,
just
you would
hand him to
hate
me.
it,
his stomach hurts, he's burping, he's, you know, and
She would
she's like,
literally-
He'd
"I got
be, he
this."
would have been screaming for 5 hours,
Yes.
and I would walk
Jess
in the
did knee
door.
thing. Put
Yeah.
Tatum down on
She's
his belly on
magic.
her
But
knee.
then
Yes,
also that me and Tatum,
just
we had it
had-
down. We
yes.
knew. I had the touch. I
And
had the
even
JJ
now,
touch.
when he has his little attitude, I'm like, what would you do? Like, I don't want to send him to his room, but I know I got to. Like, help. She's like, you're doing the
I
right
still,
thing.
I still
doing
have
the
a
right thing.
sweet connection with that little buddy.
I
Yeah.
love him.
Smart little guy.
Eat his face off.
Well, okay. So friendship is one of these things that's so large and it's
Mhm.
but it's so incredibly encouraging and helpful as adults.
Absolutely.
Like, but it's one of those things we don't talk about a whole lot. We
Mhm.
we either become friends with people we live next to, we play, our kids play sports with, or we work with. But being intentional about surrounding yourself with people who really care about you and want the best for you
Yeah.
is huge.
And I
'Cause
think
there's
that's
people-
the big thing. Sorry.
You're okay.
I think that's the big thing with us. You don't always have to look to like the proximity situation
Right.
or the convenient situation, because for us it's not convenient. Like I said, we're at drastically different places in our life,
Yeah. We don't live close
And
together.
but
proximity,
we're still
yeah.
intentional about spending time together.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. I agree. So,
I forgot what I was going to say, but I had a thought.
okay.
It'll come back. It's okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
If it's not
So-
goes back, just interrupt Greg.
Yeah.
So anything else to add to that, Miranda, MJ, producer MJ? Wow.
I've been listening and doing some research.
Okay.
Um,
Oh my.
there are some stats just in general about what friendship does to you as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
One, they say it can reduce depression by 50%, like almost immediately,
Wow.
due to emotional health, mental health, reducing of stress levels, things like that. And I even remember back, we talked about this one time on a episode where we talked about isolation,
Yes.
how we were trying to get away with the technology that we have. We are more isolated as
Sure.
individuals. And I would have to go back and make sure this number is correct. But if I'm not mistaken, they said if you are living in isolation, it increases your chances of dying in the next 7 years by like 30%.
Wow.
Yeah, it's unhealthy.
So like we're talking about friendships and reminiscing on great memories
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all of these things. And for listeners who are listening to this, like it's not just simply a feel good. Oh, we have friends. We go get to do stuff. No, it actually changes you
Yes.
physically.
Yeah.
When you
I remember
spend
what I was
time
going to
with
say. And
friends.
it goes back on that. Like, I grew up with friends that I hung out with, you know, middle school, high school, college, even. But I don't have the deep rooted friendships with them that I have with you guys. And so it goes to show that, like, you can spend all your time with these people and still be light years apart from them
Yeah.
if you don't have those things in common. You're not willing to put in the work. You're not willing to be intentional of being, I mean, goodness, we would go out on dates even when I had Tatum and he was little.
Mm-hmm.
We had Tatum and he would just come along with us because he was such a chill baby. Like we didn't let that having a baby interrupt our friendship.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the end of the day, like it's like a God thing. With just kind of like who you mesh with. You know, like I said, stories light years apart. Me and MJ light years apart. Us and Thomas and Miranda also like have like a separate friendship. They've been
do.
over to our house without,
Without us.
y'all,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know, hanging out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I truly do think like there's just a thing, and as MJ was saying, just unity, like community, being part of something bigger than yourself,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's this friend group or whether it's a church or a team or whatever it is. I think that's something that people discount
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
often,
Yeah.
and that's something that like we have just benefited so much from, and
Right.
have been
Our
able to
family.
also benefit others from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't have to put on a face for you guys of like, oh, we got it all
No.
together. Like we've shared our deepest, darkest times and, you know, things that we even still struggle with, you guys know about or are the first to know about.
And vice versa. Like,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're not perfect.
Whether it be
either.
relationships or
Uh-huh.
circumstances.
Uh-huh.
We're
No judging. We just
Yeah.
notice.
Yeah.
Wait, man, like I said,
Yeah.
I noticed that a lot.
We listen and we don't judge.
With no
Yeah.
judgment.
And it's not a well, I got friends you don't kind of thing.
No.
For me, it's like I'm very, very thankful that we have you guys and we have, but also too, am like, we've also both made the decision, you guys and us, to say, we're not just going to let this go.
It's like a marriage.
Yeah,
almost.
I'm not, you're not going to run me off. I'm going to stay
Mhm.
here and keep going.
We've tried, Greg.
Yeah, we have tried a couple times.
We have certainly tried.
We've come close.
On our behalf.
We've come
Oh
close,
my
but we
gosh.
hang in there.
You guys keep coming back.
Anything
That's
else to
good.
add, Michael? What did you have some more stats?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, your face just
Um,
lit up back there. I can see you.
Well, there's two. One, when you live in isolation and don't have close friends, and they're even saying like weak ties, like knowing your barista by name
Oh,
right.
wow.
if you go to a coffee shop. That also increases or decreases stress, anxieties.
Wow.
So like even if you have no deep tie connection to anybody, just simply going out and having casual encounters with strangers.
I feel like that goes back to community, though.
A connection,
yeah,
too.
very
We're in
much so.
community, like,
Connection, yeah.
Knowing that you're not alone.
Right,
Your
yeah.
coffee
But they
guy, the
say
guy at
that-
Quick Trip, you
that
know, or whatever.
if you live your life in isolation, it's basically the health equivalent of smoking 20 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
That is the
So my
toll.
question would be like, why do people want to do that?
Because
Why would
it's
people-
it's effort. Like
It's
Some
easier
people
to
are-
not try.
Well, I mean,
But
think about
sometimes
it,
it's easy to make
especially
excuses.
in today's time. Like you got people working 2-3 jobs.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's
So I
true.
mean, you got
That's really
single
true.
parent families. You've got grandparents taking care of grandkids. You've got
Mhm.
all these things. I mean, like I know what it's like when I'm working double jobs.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
you get home on a Friday night, the night everyone wants to go
you
out
don't
and
want
hang
to
out.
commune because you've
No,
already
I just want to go
communed.
home
And you've used up all your words for the day.
Yeah.
Yes, I've used up all my emotional
Mhm,
capacity
mhm.
for the day or for the week.
My eyes
even.
need to be closed.
That's also
Yeah.
Yes.
that's probably a whole nother episode. But shout out to the single moms and the single dads out there.
Oh gosh,
Who are
who
absolutely.
are like feel like
managing
they're the
family.
third wheel, or who, to the couples who are like, no, we won't invite him or her.
single
Because
dadness
we
is
don't
not
want them
fun.
to feel weird or
Single
feel
mom
awkward.
is not either.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
man, that's rough.
Well, and Greg and Jess have both lived in that era of single dad, single mom.
I went to a
Mhm.
I went to a concert with you and Damon and a bunch of people. Y'all invited me, and I was like, "All right, cool." So I showed up, went with y'all, and then I
And he
left.
with
I
other
left with
people.
other people. I did. Y'all were still my friends, though. I was
Shout
like,
out
"Thank
to
y'all."
Dreams Against Single Dads.
Yeah.
out there. Where they're
Where'd
gonna
that
lay their
guy
head
go?
tonight.
Yeah, it was.
So,
I was.
man.
But the first question I asked when I realized what was happening, I was like,
Is he okay?
is he safe? Like, is he going to be okay?
You have always been concerned for
And
Greg's
I don't think
safety
I
from
had-
the
I
get
didn't have
go.
his number at that point, and I was like, Damon, can you make sure
Somebody
he's
call that
okay?
guy.
Yeah.
All right, so I got one more stat here.
Okay.
And this is all from the American crap. I'll say it after because if I scroll, I'll lose my spot
okay.
in here. But it says that a study was done in 2014 that
Hmm.
life satisfaction was scaled twice as high among people who said that their spouse was one of their best friends.
Say that one more time.
Life satisfaction,
Mm-hmm.
just fulfillment in
Yeah.
general across all areas, mental health, all that, was twice as high if someone could say that their spouse was their best friend.
Yeah.
I feel like no, Michael and I mean, obviously with our circumstances of, separation, divorce, we had to kind of relearn that. So I feel like we got a second chance.
We did
with,
it right the second time.
Yeah,
I was
so
thinking
true.
that.
We
And
got a
that's-
second opportunity.
Greg and I
The
have talked
American
about
wow, it's hard to talk. American Psychological Association.
Greg and I have talked before about like if for some ridiculous reason we didn't work out, like I feel like I still need
told
you to
Jess,
be my
I was like-
friend.
Yeah, I
Like
need
for
your-
some reason, if you left
your
or
wisdom.
just something didn't work out, I
Yeah.
still want to be friends with
Yeah,
you.
I still
Like I still want to call you on Friday night and go, "You want to grab mellow beers?"
and I would be
Like you want to
yeah,
go?
Yeah.
Like let's go hang out. It's just chill.
I
Like
can't
we're-
imagine you not being my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
sure.
it is true, but also
But
too,
also,
I
it's
think
really easy for us to get in friend zone and forget that we're
it is
not
true.
just friends.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's so I would say though, like friendship starts with, if you're married, starts with the woman that you live with.
Or your spouse.
But
yeah.
then,
So
yeah,
easy to forget.
yeah,
It is.
be
So
friends
easy to
with
forget.
them,
Yeah.
and then that friendship, and then allow yourself to, because it's so easy to go. Well, I work with this guy. We have stuff in common. I'm going to go play golf with him on every Saturday and
Right.
spend 4 hours of my day,
And neglect
was
the spouse.
opposed to hanging out with my wife and spending
Mhm.
4 hours with her. So it's like figuring out what that looks like. Like Jess is my best friend. Like when something fun or good happens, I'm texting her.
Mm.
When something stupid happens, I'm
Or
texting
something
her.
bad or
Yeah.
just
You texting
whatever.
Michael when something stupid happens.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm
true.
like, bro, look at this.
True.
So it's just, it starts there in the home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it does.
But it's going to expand out. And I think the reason we would give a whole podcast for this, because I think there is so much value
Mhm.
in good friendships, because like we've said, these roots run so deep throughout our
Yeah.
family and our friends,
Mhm.
and we're all connected,
Mhm.
and it's so powerful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Um,
there's, correct me if I'm wrong, is there not a Bible verse that talks about how sweet friendship is like honey to the soul?
Yeah. I
It
that's-
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it truly is.
It really is.
But it takes work. It's just like your marriage or anything else, any other good relationship.
Mhm.
It takes work, and you just got to be willing to put the work in.
Intentionality. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's good.
So, wow. All
Oh my
right.
gosh,
well,
this was so fun, y'all.
yeah,
Thank
thank
y'all
y'all
for
for
having us.
being on the podcast. And again, for all you guys who are listening to us, you can follow us on all the socials. They're all out there. Patreon is something you can go to. Go check out our Patreon account. There's some different levels there. We have some new fun stuff coming out.
Go on our website. We have merch now.
Yeah, go to our website,
a
buy some
shirt.
baggage claim merch.
Unpacktogether.com.
Yeah, unpacktogether.com. Go over to the store, buy something.
Look at me knowing it. I knew
And
the website.
Yeah.
it.
Thank you guys for sharing. We're still growing. We're still we're hitting new countries, new cities. And so
Hey,
we're
Singapore.
yeah, we're so excited for all the fun things that are happening. And so it's just cool. And so thank
What a
you guys.
pleasure it was for me and my wife to be here. We've
Yes.
been listening.
It's
We've
amazing.
been rooting for you guys, and
It's so fun. I'm so glad you guys chose
We'll
to
do
be
it
with
Thank
us
you for
today.
having us.
So, and thank you guys for listening. Hope you got something out of it. If you did, like it, subscribe, and join us. Anything else?
Go dogs.
Go
And
dogs.
as always, go
dogs.
dogs.
Go dogs. Don't
Go
even say it.
Jacket.
Don't say it. No.
oh no,
Gonna
edit
mute
that
that.
out, Michael.
Yep.
He's not gonna.
He's good.